Good morning, boys. This is da. The funny thing is, about you even doing that is none of you were able to say that yet when you left, or when you were taken. I don't want, boys. I don't want to be nitpicky on it, but I'm inspiring writer. I have some books out there, and I try not to use the wrong word phrases if I can avoid it, and that's why I correct myself sometimes on this. You didn't leave. Leave implies choice. Um, you're in a situation you want to be in, you always have the right to leave. You know, you're in the movies. The movie sucks. You have the right to leave. Um, you're on a team and you don't like the way the game's going. You can leave. Um, but you guys didn't leave. You weren't able to leave. You're not old enough to leave. You were taken. Um, taken means you don't have no say in the matter. Took, I took some to the movies. I can see it working out that way. I took some movies. That's a positive way of saying, but nothing was positive about this. So, like I said, when you guys were taken, neither one of you could say dada. And Romeo, truth be, you could even say mama. Um, the you couldn't, you couldn't. You said mama to everything. If Blippi was on TV, it was mama. If I had you a bottle of milk, it was mama. Mama, mama, mama. And you start saying that real early. I think you said da 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 a few times, but between those two sounds, I don't think you actually ever were directed at anybody. It's kind of cute though. Um, you, I think mama was want more than mama. Because yeah, you say want a lot. Well, we couldn't say the word want. And again, it's if you want something, you mama. But it's just you tried. I gotta give you credit. Cass, you weren't even old enough yet, so no insulting of your verbal skills. Anyways, what want to talk about today is sports that I did not play and the reasons why. Um, Dad is an athlete. Okay, that's plain and simple. And I did try um, technically the sports I'm going to talk about, but I was not good at them. I didn't find much interest in them, and there was reasons why, obviously. But I stuck with what I was good at. You know, doesn't mean I didn't try. Like I say, you always got to try your hand at something and see if you're gonna be good at it. And some of these I've tried more than once. Some of these I've tried, for weeks, months at a time, and I just did not excel. And so there was no point in me forcing something that made no sense to force. So let's start with the major ones first of all. Basketball. Okay. A lot of people say, "Oh, you're black. You can play basketball." No, it doesn't always work that way. Okay, really tall black guys, you might be able to get away with that, but you can say the same thing about really tall white guys. I mean, if you're 7 foot, probably you probably can do a little bit better at basketball than someone who's 5'10". Okay, regardless of your race. Um, but no, basketball. My problem was I was one-handed. I could only dribble my right hand. I can go to my left hand for a few seconds, but I was very uncomfortable going my left hand. I can spin move, still use my right hand. I can drive past anybody, still use my right hand. And that only gets you so far on the playground. That only gets you so far in the hood, you know. But playing organized team sports, they learn to shut you down if you can only go one side. Uh, there's a lot of great players who tend to drive one way. A lot of players um, they only go to the hole one way, but that don't mean they can't switch to the left hand when needed. And that was my problem. I couldn't do that. And not being over 6 foot doesn't help either. I was fast, and even at 5'10", I could almost dunk a ball. I just couldn't palm the ball. You gave me a tennis ball, I could dunk it. So I had vertical, I had speed, I just could not dribble right. And I forgot about this till now. I overthink everything. So I can make a 3-pointer with someone in my face, fading away from the hoop. I can get caught on the corner, throw up a hook shot and make it. But I miss a layup. Wide open layup. Because I'm overthinking the mechanics of a layup. Easiest thing to say is make a layup. And I miss more layups than I did 3-pointers. It's weird. Um, Baseball. I do not have great hand-eye coordination. Again, it's a thought process. I overthink it. Um, I'm so horrible at baseball. The batting side, fielding, I was great. I can catch anything. I can, outrun everything, and base stealing, I was fast, but I couldn't get on base. I one time had a little league team. My friend Tate, his team, he's on a little league team, and I was out there one time, and they were warming up, and I'm like at least 5, 6 years older than everyone there, and they wanted me to do batting practice, so the coach got there. So they're throwing pitches at me, and I'm swinging the bat, and I missed like 600 in a row, no connection at all, not even foul balls, nothing. So they start laughing, of course, and I'm feeling stupid. So then they decide to toss underhand to me. I continue to swing and miss. I think I missed 13, 14 straight pitches with no connection. So yeah, even the granny, slow hand underhand pitch, I could not connect. I was overthinking it. Um, so that was like pretty much the extent of me playing baseball. Short of like being forced on teams and PE and playing at the park with friends. They need an extra body. I go out there. But no, I was terrible at baseball. Any form of the t-ball, softball, baseball, I'm horrible. Um, Hockey, I actually laced up the skates once to just try to ice skate. And again, my friend Tate, he was really great at hockey. I mean, this guy was probably a hockey god for his age at the time. He had all kind of trophies and awards. I'm pretty sure he still has most of them. But so I had interest in it. I laced some skates one time and I did them wrong, and I didn't know you're supposed to really over the top lace them. Like make sure they're really sturdy. And I didn't. Hurt my ankles really really bad, and I was like, nope, not happening. Not getting out there again. I stick to my feet on the ground and not on blades. Um, Plus, I'm not a violent person, and hockey they actually teach you how to fight. Like grabbing jerseys and pulling it this way while you punching this way. I'm like, wait, you're teaching me how to punch somebody for a sport? It's not boxing? Don't worry, there wasn't cage fighting back then. So no interest. After I hurt my ankles, I was like, and I knew I had to fight pretty much every time I was on the ice. I was like, nah, I'm cool. Um, and don't get me wrong, there's great players like Wayne Gretzky who ever never ever got a fight because they're one of the greatest of all time. But still, for the most part, you got to know how to put them hands on someone, and just not for me. Especially consider every other sport on the planet. You punch somebody, you don't get 5 minutes out. You don't get a little timeout. You get kicked out of the game indefinitely. With hockey, they you've been a bad boy. You go sit over there by yourself for 5 minutes and think about what you did. Then you right back out there like nothing happened. I'm supposed to be your friend after you punch me in the face and not much about. Really, we buddies, really? You know? No, no, no. And then you give me a big piece of wood and I'm not supposed to hit you with it. So yeah, hockey just it defied logic for me in a lot of ways when I was younger. Um, Other sport, obviously, lacrosse is a sport. We didn't have that. We weren't in a private school or nothing. Public schools didn't do lacrosse where I was at. Swimming, I can't swim. That pretty much explains that. If I can't swim, I can't do swimming. Um, let's see what other sports. Soccer. I actually have a strong interest in soccer. The only problem that I had with soccer was that the constant running back and forth. You get down here and they kick the ball down there, and then you run down there and kick the ball down there, and you run down there and kick the ball. So I lost interest real early in that. When it comes to actually playing it, watching it seems interesting, and being a goalie seems amazing. Oh god, I would love to play goalie if I have reflexes and stuff like that. Goalie would have been a dream position if I could have got a chance to play. And if I knew understood the nuances of the sport a little bit better. See, I didn't know there was different positions, and there's the I might be saying some of these wrong because again did not know a lot about it. Um, there's I think gunners or runners or something like that. People who are up front. There's the midfieldsmen or whatever they stay in the middle, and then there's defenders, and I don't know what they're called, but they don't usually have to run the whole field. They only worry about their section, their zone or whatever. And if I knew it was that way, I probably would have played. But when you play in middle school at lunchtime, you don't know about those things, and no one stays in their position, so you're just running the whole thing. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. But it probably helped me become a better track runner, honestly. Um, Trying to think what other sports are there out there that we had at our school. Tennis. When I was a kid, black people really didn't do tennis. I mean, it was laughable. Tennis and golf both. If you did that, you're like, okay, you're Ted Koppel, or are you now a white guy? Are you Ryan Gumble? You were a white guy if you did that stuff, and that was just dorky. But in golf clothes, oh my, ugh. When I was a kid, the stuff they would wear, it's stuff you guys wear now. It's seriously a guy could wear right now while you're on the street, and you might laugh at this, but this is the sad truth. In this generation, this time period now, someone could look like they attacked a thrift store. They have checkered pants, butterfly collar shirt, and a visor like this color this hat. They have this color orange visor, some purple plaid pants, butterfly collar tiger striped shirt, and wear I don't know football cleats. And people think you're trying to look cool because you're a trendsetter. So like, no, dude, you fell into a vat of stuff in the thrift store. That's what you came out with. But that's what golfers were known for the worst hair. Worst dressers. Only people that came close to them was bowlers, and so no golf, tennis. I thought that would be fun, but most of the sports I'm naming that I didn't try also require additional equipment. Um, and when you need additional equipment and you're poor, you don't do the sport. Hockey I can never afford to get if I wanted to. Golf, you have to have your own set of clubs. I could never afford that as a kid. Um, bowlers usually have their own balls. His dad's a big kid. I'm sorry. I guess I am a bowler. You boys are bowlers too. Yeah, daddy's a goofball. I love you guys. No, but I actually was pretty decent at bowling until someone tried to correct my form. I was in high school or elementary school. I was a 160, 170 bowler, but I was straight legged. I didn't bend my knees and I bowled the ball straight. And someone told me, you'll never be able to pick up spares that way, or splits. You'll never be able to pick up splits that way. You gotta put backswing on the ball, and your leg is supposed to go behind you like this. And I tried it, and I didn't like it, but I can never get back to my old form because I realized I was doing it wrong, and so I never was able to get over 100 game after that. Also golf, I was really good at golf. Um, First two times I played, I must have got it on the green within a stroke or two of what it should be when I was probably 10, 11, 12 again when I was learning the sport. And someone asked me, how do I avoid hooking it? And I was like, hooking it? They go, yeah, when you hook, slice, and all that. I was like, what the hell's a hook and slice? And they explained to me, oh, well, you don't have your body turned right, but you look like you're doing it this way and you're still not hooking. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know there was a possibility. And guess who started hooking and slicing after that? So I went from getting on the green every two, three, to not even being able to hit the damn ball off the tee sometimes. So with that one, um, but I'm trying to think of any other sports. But yeah, sometimes knowledge is a bad thing. you know, um, I never even got nervous about coming out the guns until I found out that we could be disqualified and at state. When we did track, I always thought that if you false start, give a couple shots, and that's how it is pretty much throughout league. One false start, and then okay. But from prelims, I think all the way up to state, one false start, and your season's done. And I never had to come out of the blocks, luckily. But once I found that out, I never wanted to again. I was always the end guy, so I got handed the baton. I'm trying to think of any other sports or anything I did. Boxing. I love boxing. Your grandfather was a Golden Gloves boxer. He took me to a couple of events. Not that he was in, but to watch other people. and I even got in the ring when I was 4 or 5 years old. But I remember this too, so sad. They put an 8-year-old kid in there with me when I was 4 or 5 years old. Now, I don't know if you knew, but I've always been small for my size when I was growing up, and so it was pretty much like putting a 3-year-old in there with a 10-year-old because the kid was big for his age. And I thought we were just playing, having fun. So I had these oversized gloves, and I'm like, laughing. This kid came in there and threw like three straight jabs, and I'm on the ground, crying. No, my mom, I think mom had to come. Your grandma had to come grab me and pull me out of the ring or whatever. It was, yeah, it was, and then so I guess I was scared to get in after that. I never really thought about it since then. I mean, I love watching on TV, ESPN, and all that stuff, but I was not about to get back in that ring. Um, another good thing, your grandma um is actually a former boxing promoter. A lot of people don't know that. I don't know exactly what all she did, but she helped manage a guy named Killer Charles, KC, Texas Tornado. That's his nicknames. Killer Charles and Texas Tornado. Kansas City Killer, I think. It's like, he wasn't that good, despite the scary nicknames. I guess he wasn't that good, but she helped manage him for a while. I think one other guy, I can't remember. Um, one of the guys she's helping manage was actually six in the region or something like that. And if he would have won here, this big fight he had, he would have probably went on to go for one of the championships. But he ended up getting, I think, staph infection or something. And after that, he was never the same. But it was weird. Anyways, hello, Athena. A room, yeah. Um, can't think of anything else I tried. Dinosaur. She's doing dinosaur sounds. See her back there. See, there she is. There she is. Um, the only other thing that I think I've tried that I know I was not successful at, I tried piano. I always wanted to learn how to play piano. Let's go over here. Hello, baby. Go ahead, you can. What did you try to get? Oh my! Oh, he's waiting for the camera. Okay. Say hello to the world. Hello. He said hello. Hi. Yeah, I tried the piano. But one time when I was there, the case that covers the keys fell down and hit my fingers, and I remember it hurt so bad. I was like probably 6 years old. What are you doing? Okay, I was like 6 years old, and when it hit my hands, my keys, I screamed and ran home, and I never went back. That was the lessons I was taking. Lady, I guess, left me unattended for a few minutes, and when I did that, I never wanted to go back and try. But I always wish I could have learned it. And I can't play a single instrument at all. I wish I could have. That would have been a great talent to have. But no. So those are the sports that I was not good at, and some of the other extra activities I was doing. That's money, I know. I don't want it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just 1 quarter, silly. Not 5 quarters. 5 quarters. That's 1 quarter. You're welcome. Okay, well, I'm gonna get going. I love you guys. Bye bye. He said bye bye to you guys. I love you guys, and I miss you. I miss you guys so much. It's insane, and I don't know what's going on with your lives right now. I don't know if things are good or bad. I don't know if you're happy or sad. No, last physical update, I know Cass was getting a tooth coming in, and I think you were trying to stand up. So can't believe I have to say I think. Anyways, but like I said, we'll all be back together soon. I have a strong feeling. I even made a prediction video, but I'm not sharing it with no one because that's not what God's plan is. God's plan is for me to share it afterwards. So, because that way he can show his glory. Anyways, love you guys. Gonna eat my food. I got some rice or eggs and rice right here. That's one of my favorite things to eat is eggs and rice, in case you guys didn't know. And I will make sure I keep this going. And but now I gotta go to work. Love you, boys.